Right, thank you very much for staying on here on News Desk. Today we understand that the court presided over by Justice Najet. Well, let me get that right. Justice John Ajet Nassam has ordered Alfred Agbashi Woome to open his defense May 5. I have here with me Eric Curtis Howard. He was at the court earlier today. He would explain all of that to us. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Kemini.
What does this mean?
So it means he's being asked to open his defense. So what it means is that come May 5, he will stand in a witness box in court and he will explain. It will give you an opportunity to explain this whole hullabaloo about the 51 million Ghana cedis fraud he's been accused of. It's the opportunity for him to exonerate himself, to let people know that probably he didn't receive the money, or the money was given to him, or it was used for something else. This is the time for him to explain, and he could use his explanation to open up the reason why this is a no case. So for his supporters at the court, they were a bit disappointed because they're in their numbers, about hundreds of them.
I see.
They're in their numbers. They were expecting that the court would have ruled that it's a no case, so that they get this whole thing. The case has been going for about 2.5 years now, so this whole thing would have been over. But once the judge has said it's a no, he has to open his defense. They were
absolutely. What were some of the reasons that led to the decision?
Okay, for the trial judge, what he said was that there is a case that has been built against him. So that case in court, that way he's been accused of defrauding the state of some 51 million Ghana cedi, he has to answer to that case. That case has been brought against. So the filing of the no case, you get me? It's not because the defense and the prosecution has not. The prosecution has gone ahead to provide witnesses and evidence to show that indeed there is a case against him. So he should open his defense and explain whether whether indeed he received the money, or whether in fact it's a no case.
Let's have a quick summary of the 2.5 journey on this case.
Okay, so he was accused. It was during the Mills-led administration where this whole thing came out, that he's defrauded the state of some 51 million Ghana. So the case went to court. The case has been in and out of court. On several occasions when I have been to court, one thing that has really come out is the fact that when you go to court, you realize the prosecution will go and tell the trial judge, oh, we're billed to bring a witness, but witness failed to turn up. So it was more like a routine. Yeah, it kept on going on one after the other. There were times that they brought witnesses who also came to testify, but there were times that we need more time to investigate. That was probably the rhyme. We need more time to investigate our witnesses. So it reached a certain point, the case got a little bit stale, and that's why Woome and his counsel filed the submission for no case to rule the matter out of court, because they felt that the prosecution were intentionally delaying the process, or they had not built any solid case against him to incarcerate him or to accuse him of defrauding the state of the monies that he's accused of. So that's how it's been over this 2 years.
Over the 2.5 years. On May 5, what should we expect in court?
We should expect Woome in a witness box. And we should expect him for the first time since this proceeding started to really explain to the Ghanaian public, to the people, to the courts. Let me use the courts, to the courts, his role behind the 51 million Ghana cedi, as to whether indeed, he took the money, or what he's been accused of
actually happened.
Yeah.
Tell us about both sides both parties to the case after the ruling. What are the expectations? How are they looking forward to May 5?
Okay, obviously Woome's lawyer was disappointed. Woome himself was very disappointed. They came to court today in white. They were all in white apparel. They came to court confident that at the end of the day they will go home the victors, as in they will have a ruling in their favor. But apparently it didn't turn out that way. So obviously you could see the disappointment clearly written on their faces. So they said they are waiting for May 5. They are going back to the drawing board to do their homework well, build their case, come back on May 5, and we'll start opening their defense. For the prosecution, as usual, whenever we go to court, we never get to talk to them. Right after court proceedings, they just go away. But it was like a victory for prosecution today, but for the Woome and his supporters who are thronged the court premises, almost all of them in white, and they are somewhere with placards and stuff like Woome is innocent, Woome is not a fraud, you know, all those.
Should we expect this case to stretch? I mean, for 2.5 years, we've been trying to battle out whether or not there is a case, and now we are opening defense.
Yeah, that's a good one. It's opening a defense, so it could stretch a bit longer, because once he opens his defense and he explains his role behind the 51 million Ghana cedis, there will also he'll be cross-examined again by the prosecution and the defense as well. So his lawyer may choose to cross-examine or not, but the prosecution may want to cross-examine him, and it may go on and on and on and on. So we can't really say. It may be a long haul, or it may be a short process, and we'll get all over with it. Okay.
Well, thank you very much, Curtis, for that information.
It's always nice having you on the show.
You can leave my arena now. Right, so we've been talking to Eric Curtis Howard, who joined us from, he brought us updates on the Woome situation as he's been asked to open his defense.